This conference will now be recorded.
Right, let's start today's session. In the last session of Python, we were discuss about exception handling, and in this session, I'm going to discuss about file handling concept. File handling in Python programming. So, what is file handling? So, file handling concept is for store our data permanently into a separate file. Okay, we can store our data permanently into a separate file that is called file handling. But before going to start with file handling concept, I need to discuss about storage areas. Storage areas means what? The storage areas are used to store our data, and storage areas are two types. One is a temporary storage area, and next one is permanent storage area. And temporary storage area is nothing but the data will store temporarily, not permanently, like Python objects. Python objects means like list, tuple, okay, set. These are all temporary storage areas. Why? Because when we create set or list or tuple, these data structures to store the data into these data structures, these storage areas simply can store the values within it once we execute the program. Once program execution completes, then this storage area Python objects will destroy those values. So again, if you want to see the values in this list or set or tuple, you have to execute again. So as soon as when we execute this Python objects list tuple set, that will store the values and it will display to you in the output window. But once we exit from the program, then this storage Python objects will not store any data permanently. This is temporary storage area. Permanent storage area in the sense file system. Yes, file system or database also here. Database storage area also is there. First, we'll discuss about file system. Now, then after that, we will discuss about database storage area. File system concept is for store the data permanently into a file. Okay, so we can store our data into a separate file that is called file system, and file systems can be manage our data within the operating system level, means only one computer level. And whereas database storage area also permanent storage area, but database storage area uh, can be managed at database level. That means database storage area will support centralized database mechanism. Centralized database means what? One database is there. In that database, so much of data we included, and from the database, many clients can interact, many clients can get the data from the database. But file system do not support centralized database, and also file system is only limited for operating system, but database is not like that. And the file system can have the limited capacity to store the data, but database don't have limited, it is unlimited capacity. Some differences are there, but both are permanent storage areas only. So first we'll talk about file system, then after we'll go for database storage area. These two are permanent storage areas in our Python programming. Now coming to the file system. Files are very common to store our data permanently. Files. But files can be of two types. Text files are there and binary files are there. Text files and binary files. Text files are used to store character data. Text files are used to store character data. These files are having an extension called .txt. Binary files are used to store binary data, binary data, binary data. These two files are what actually here binary data means. These files are stored in having the extension called different extension. Why? Because binary data means what? Not only particular file like images, audio, and video, and what we can say uh, object data. These are all under comes into binary file or binary data. Images, audio, video, object data like this. Text files are used to store character data, that is .txt. Binary files are used to store binary data like images, audio, video, data, object data like this. First, we'll talk about text files, how to deal with the character data. And in Python programming, if you want to create a file, so this syntax you have to follow. Okay, creating a file. How to create a file? Creating a file. This is the syntax you have to follow. That is file object, file object, file object equals to open is a method, built-in method. After that, here I'm taking file name dot txt is the file extension. File mode it is file mode. So example is file object is f. I'm taking any object you can take. Open is a method. File name is actually any file name you can take like sample.txt is my file name extension. File mode is W mode I'm taking double. So this is the way to create a file in Python programming. F is a file object, open is a method, and sample.txt is my file name, and W is a file mode only. W is the file mode. Sample.txt, W is the file mode here. But what is the modes are available file modes? And moreover, after opening the file like this, you can do operations. Generally, files are used for what purpose? Write and read operations. Files are used to perform perform the operations like write and read. Write means what? To store the data. Write means to store the data into file. Read means to retrieve the data from file. To retrieve the data from file. Write operation, read operation, mainly these two operations we can do. Write means to store the data into a file. Read means to retrieve the data from a file. So after completion of this writing and reading operations, I recommend to close the file. If you want to close the file, then this is the required actually. File object dot close method is required. Okay, that means what actually f dot close is required. F dot close. So first we have to open the file by using this one. File object name equals to open method. Sample.txt is a file name. W is the mode of the file. File object dot close method is there here. Then f dot close means closing the file only. File object dot close. F dot close means closing the file. You can close the file by using this close function. Okay. So after completion of operations, you must and should close the file correctly. So now I'm talking about file modes, W mode. Like what are the modes are available, then why? So file modes are W mode. W in the sense what? Write the data into file. R mode is there, read mode. Read means R means read the data from file. A mode is there. A means append. Append means adding the data to the file, keep on like that. So next W plus is there. W plus mode in the sense write and read. Write and read. R plus is there. R plus. R plus. R plus means what actually read and write. Read and write. R plus means. A plus means append and read. Append and read. So these are the file modes. The A plus, R plus, W plus, and there is X mode is there, exclusive creation mode for file operations, for write operations. Exclusive creation mode for write operations. Write operation. Exclusive creation mode for write operations. So this is what file modes are available. Which operation you want to perform, that operation through, according to that operation through, we have to use the mode of the files. W mode, write mode, to store the data. R means read mode, to retrieve the data from database. Sorry, to retrieve the data from file. A mode means append. Append means adding. W plus means write and read. R plus means read and write. A plus means append and read. X means exclusive creation mode for write operations. Exclusive creation mode for write operations. X mode in the sense. Okay. These are all file modes are available clear. But here, these modes are only for text files. There are some binary files also there. Binary file modes also separately available. Let me open my documentation so that you'll understand that. So clearly file modes I'll explain you. Just wait a minute. Now let me go for file handling document so that you'll understand what modes are available. File handling in Python. Now you can see. Just read this carefully, all the points which I'm going to tell you. These are the modes. Why this mode is clearly available like R mode. R mode in the sense read mode. R means open an existing file for read operations. Yes, in this read mode, open an existing file. Existing file means what? The file already should be there. Then that file you are trying to open. For what purpose? To read the data from that file. So open an existing file for read operations, and the file pointer is positioned at the beginning of the file. File pointer means what's a cursor, like this. Cursor is blinking starting of the file or not? Same, file pointer is positioned at the beginning of the file in this mode. If the specified file does not exist, means your mentioned file is not available, then we will get file not found error. We will get an error called what? File not found error exception you will get. So this is the default mode in Python file handling. That is R mode only. That means if you don't mention also, by default that mode is R only. But make sure that in this read mode, compulsory your file name should be there, and file name correctly how to give. If not given correctly file name, immediately you will get file not found error exception. Obviously you will get file not found error. Okay. So file not found error is the exception actually. Even in my previous examples in the file handling exception handling concepts also, I discussed file not found error. What is that? W means what? This is what we can say. W means write. Open an existing file for write operation. Existing file means in this mode also, existing file if you have, that you can open. If you don't have existing file, no need to use existing file. This mode automatically will create a new file. If the file already contains some data, then it will be override. In the W mode, the data is already contained in the file, that will be override. If the file not already available, no problem. W mode automatically will create that file. Suppose I mention the file name, that file name is not already available, then this mode automatically will create instantly that file A new file will create whatever we mentioned the name. If the name of the file already available on that file, it will write the data. So in the writing mode, file, whether it is already available or not, no need to worry, because if it is available, the data will store in that file. If file is not available, then this mode will create a new file only. Only in the read mode, compulsory file name is required, because if that file name is not there, read mode will give error. What error? File not found error, like that only. Okay. Now next, coming to the A mode. A means append mode. So open an existing file for which operation? Append operation. Append means adding the data to the file. And it won't override existing data. Override means replacement will not happen. How many number of times you are going to execute, each time the new data will be added to the file. This means append only. If the specified file is not already available, then this mode will create what? Actually new file only. If the specified file is not available, then this mode will create a new file only. Whatever we mentioned, the file name is not available, this mode automatically create a new file. Next, R plus is there to read and write data into file. First it will read, and then after that write it. The previous data in the file will not be deleted. The file pointer is placed at the beginning of the file only. R plus means. W plus means to write and read data. To write means first we have to write it and then after read it. So it will override existing data. It will override existing data means how many times you're executing, it's going to replacement. W plus means. A plus means to append and read the data from the file. It won't override existing data. It's keep on adding the data here. Append and read means add and read the data. There is X mode is there finally, which I discuss here. X mode, exclusive creation mode for write operations, means in this mode the speciality is what, to open a file in exclusive creation mode for which operation? Write operation. If the file already exists, then we will get what error? File exist error. If the file already exists, then we will get what error? File exist error. File exist error means already file is available. It will say that. Yes, already file is available. That is file exist error. In this exclusive creation mode, file name should not be there already. And newly a fresh file name you have to give instantly, that name will create. With same name already file is there, then you will get file exist error, in this case X mode only. So these are the modes are available. But all these modes are related to what files? Text files only. But note this, all the above modes are applicable for text files. If the above mode suffixed with letter B, then these represent what files only? Binary files only. Like RB, read binary file. WB, write binary file. AB, append binary file. R plus B, read and write binary file. W plus B, write and read binary file. A plus B, append and read binary file. XB, exclusive creation mode for binary file. So these are the file modes are available. Okay. So using these modes, we can able to work on file creation clearly. So once again, I'm telling you, file handling concept in Python is used to store the data. Right now, we are talking about text files. Text files are used to store character data. Text files always is having an extension called .txt. So generally, files concepts are used to store data permanently. Once we store the data into that file permanently, whenever it is required in your programming, you can read it from them. And write means generally files are used to perform the operations like write and read. Write means to store the data into a file. Read means to retrieve the data from a file only. Okay. So let's do this operations one by one. First, I want to show you a first example in the file handling concept using file properties, how to work with this. Okay. File properties and methods. File properties and methods, how it will work, we'll see now. So some file properties are there here. What are the properties of a file? We'll see now. So name is there, name property. Name in the sense name of the opened file. It is used to get name of the opened file. Name of the opened file. Name of the opened file. Next one is mode. Mode means in the file in which mode it is open. The file in which mode it is open. Which mode it is opened means in which mode it is opened, you will get clear. W mode or read mode, R mode, R place or something like this, mode of the file. Next, writable is a method. Writable. This is the method. This return true or false are exactly. Boolean expression only will return true or false. If your file is really write mode, then it return true, otherwise it returns simply false. If your file is really in read mode, readable, then true or false, like this one. True or false. True or false. Readable. Writable, readable. True or false. So writable means write mode. Okay, readable means read mode. So read mode, if it is file is open read mode, this readable method will return true, otherwise it return false. These two are methods. Next one is their closed property. Closed is not a method, it's a property. This also will return true or false. Means you can check using this closed property through whether your file is closed or not. If your file is already closed, then closed property will return true, otherwise it return false. So these are the file properties and methods. First example, I want to show you this one only. Let's flip to program. Now I recommend to create, especially in the file handling concept, separate files you can create every time. So for example, my first program name is file1, enter, and file1 is available. Next program file2, file3, like that you can create. That is the better option to avoid confusion. So file1, I'm creating my file object f equals to open is a method. Okay, built-in method, open is a method, and my file name is just a sample.txt is my file name, comma, file mode is W mode I'm taking. Okay, W is the mode. Now I want to check first. Okay, print, print, print. File name is F is a file object, dot name is a property. Print file mode is F dot what actually mode. Print file name is F dot name. File mode is F dot mode. Next, I'm trying to say is file readable, is file readable, question mark, F dot readable method. Next, print is file writable, is file writable, question mark, F dot writable method. And it will return true or false. Whether if your file is read mode, then readable will return true. Otherwise, it return false. But in this case, it return false because my file is in write mode only. Writable means yes, correct only here. Now, let me check whether this file is closed or not. Is file closed? No, it's not closed because we have not used any closed method, close method. Is file closed? It return false again. I am closing now, you can see. To close the file, close method is required, f dot close. After closing the file, again I'm checking is file closed, is file closed, is file closed? Yes, f dot closed, I can say that. Again checking. Is file closed? Yes, f dot closed. So let's run this one automatically when we run this file one. So this sample.txt file will create internally. I'll show you where it is created. And before that, you can see the output window. The name of the file is f.name sample.txt, correct? File mode is f.mode. Which mode it is? W mode. Is file readable? Not, sir. It is not readable. Is file writable? Yes, it is writable because we use W mode. Yet is file closed in this case? No, sir. So far it's not closed. That's what false. After closing that file, again I'm checking is file closed? Yes, it is closed now. Here it returned true. So this is just file properties, how to check whether file is closed or not, is readable or not, writable, or file name and file mode, all these things. But where is this file is available right now, sample.txt. Now you can see in your project, under this project, sample.txt file is available or not. Here you can see sample.txt file is available. This is sample.txt file. But in this file, there is no data right now. If you want, you can write it, the data into this sample.txt file, no problem. Easily we can able to write the data into this file, sample.txt file. Okay. So how to write the data? Then we'll show you how to write the data, writing the data into file, writing the data into a file. How to write the data into file? For writing the data into file, there are two methods are there. First method is write method, and next method is write lines method. Write lines method. And write method is used to store string data. Write method is used to store string data. Write method is used to store string data, and write lines method is used to store what we can say list of lines. Write lines method is used to store the list of lines. List of lines. Write method is used to store string data, and write lines method is used to store the list of lines only. These two methods are there for writing the data into a file. These two methods are there for writing the data into file. Write method as well as write lines method. Okay. Let's look into one by one. And I'm going to create new file for storing the data. Python file, file2, file2. In this file2, I want to store the data into file. So for that, I'm creating file name is f object, file object, open is a method. But here you can see either you can use new file completely, or you can use directly already available file also you can take, no problem. So let me take new file only first, better. abc.txt, w mode I'm taking. I want to store the data into file. So f dot write method, I can say hello slash n I'm giving, because every time when I execute this line is going to next line only into my file slash n. That's what I'm giving. F dot write hello, hi, just welcome. I'm taking any data you can take just for storing this data. Welcome and slash and all this thing. After completion of that, so I want to, I just recommend to store or close the file. Before going to close the file, then I have to say that data return to the file. Data return to the file I'm saying. Then after that, let me close the file. This is very simple and straightforward program. So I just create a file object f, open is a built-in method, and new file name I'm creating like abc.txt. In this file, I took the mode is w mode. W mode in the sense we can write the data into this file. And how to write this data into this file means write method is there. W write f dot write f dot write f dot write. Hello, hi, welcome is coming like this. Hello, hi, welcome. And print data return to the file and f dot close. So let's run this one. Data is successfully written to the file. And if you want to check abc.txt, you can go and check out abc.txt. Hello, hi, welcome is stored. This is permanent storage area. We successfully stored into this file, hello, hi, welcome, by using this line. But look at here, whenever I'm going to execute once again this file to, once again this file to, how many number of times we are executing keep on? Do you think it's going to repeatedly hello, hi, welcome? No. So look at here, abc.txt, only one time hello, hi, welcome is there. No matter how many times you're executing this file, because in this file, the data is going to be override, not going to be keep on adding. Okay. So if in case if I use a mode in the sense append mode in the sense it will keep on add the data. I am a mode in the sense. For example, let's show that a mode also, append mode also. For file append operations, let me take one more program, that is file3. So in this file3, just observe here, I'm creating a file with existing file. just for a change. Why? Because in the W mode you can use file mode with W mode, in the sense this file name already available, or else new file also we can take. But I have sample.txt with me because there is no data I want to store into this data W mode. Just in this, I'm going to write now W mode not here. I'm using append mode because I want to show you how many times I execute. Every time it's going to be what we can say. It's going to be add the data here. So f dot write here also f dot write. So welcome to slash n. Just I'm taking uh, f dot write. Welcome to Durga Soft or something like this. I'm writing welcome to Durga Soft. Then print what actually data return to the file. Data return to the file. Then f dot simply what I can say close file3.py. So now once I run this, now you can see data returned to the file successfully, but it is append mode. In this file sample3.txt, sample.txt, welcome to Durga Soft is loaded. But once again, if when I try to file3.py, when I execute, now you can see data returned to the file sample.txt. Again, once again, let's run this data returned to the file sample.txt. And anytime if you can run, it's keep on adding a new data to this. It's keep on adding a new data. So welcome to Durga Soft. Okay, welcome to Durga Soft. Now you can see. Just give me 1 second. Why this is happening? Wait a minute. Wait. Now welcome to Durga Soft. Every time it is going to be added to the sample.txt here. How many times you're executing, it's keep on adding here. This is called what? Append mode. Append means data will not be override. It's keep on adding to the file extra data here. So this is write operation using write method only. But there is some more method is there, no write lines method also there. So write method is just used to store string data, but write lines method is used to store the list of lines. List of lines means all the lines, all the data will be stored into list format. So list of lines, list data can be stored into the file clearly. Write lines method. So let's show you write lines method how it will work. File 4 I'm taking. File 4. In this case, I'm writing f equals to file object. Open is a method. File name is just you can take abcd.txt, my new file name, and I'm trying to go for write mode only. Now list is there, L equals to list is having so many names are there here in this list. So let's try to do this. DURGA Durga slash n, and now you can see MOHA and Mohan, MOHA and Mohan slash n. Now you can see Raj slash n. Like this, many names I'm taking. These all names will be stored into file. So now you can see f dot write lines. Write lines I'm taking into what actually L. L means list of lines will be stored into line. Then print list data return to the file. Yes, list data return to the file. After that f dot close. List data return to the file. Then after that f dot close, I can say that. List data return to the file f dot close. So f is a file object, open is a built-in method, abcd.txt is a file name, w is a mode, and L is my list. In this list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values are there. 5 values are there. All these 5 values will be stored into file. List data return to the file f dot close only. Once I run this, now you can see here. List data return to the file. You can go and check out in abc.txt. abcd.txt is a text file. No? Let's go and check out abcd.txt. Every list data is stored into a separate file. This is which mode, which method? Write lines method. So to store the data into file, we use write method or write lines method. And read method also there. How to retrieve the data from file. Now coming to this, reading the data from a file. Reading the data from file. How to read the data from a file? Yes, we have so many methods are there. Read a method, okay, to read complete data, from a file. To read complete data from a file. Next method, read of n. Read of n means to read n number of characters. N number of characters from a file. Third one is read line. To read first line of the file. To read first line of the file. To read first line of the file. Next here, read lines. To read all lines. The read line, to read first line of the file. To read line means to read all lines into a list. To read all lines into a list only here. Read means to read complete data from a file. Read of n means to read n number of characters from a file. Read line means to read first line of the file. Read lines means to read all lines into a list only. Okay, these are the methods which are required to read the data from file. But make sure that in this reading process, your file name should there already. If not, then you will get file not found error. You can see I'm going to show you file 5. In this file, if I don't mention the name of the file which is already available, you will get error. For example, mohan.txt is my file name. In this, I want to read by using R mode. F.read method I'm using. After reading, I want to store the data into separate variable, that is data. And now I'm printing data here, printing data. After completion of reading, then file should be closed. But this program will give error, sir. Why? Because your mentioned file is not available. This mohan.txt file is not available because your file name is wrong. As I said that in the reading process, compulsory file name should exist. If your file name is not exist, then obviously you will get a file not found error exception. Sure. F is a file object, open is a method, then mohan.txt is a file name, R is method, read mode, and f.read method is used to read complete data. After reading complete data, we are going to store into data folder. This is variable, and print data, close. This will give error, obviously. So file not found error. No such file or directory mohan.txt. Got my point? Yes, mohan.txt is not available. So that's what we are getting error. So how to overcome this error? Yes, we have to keep into this try block actually. Try block I'm making. This is exception handling. Except block. So my class name is file not found error exception as message. This already you know in my previous examples we discussed at the time of exception handling mechanism. So whenever we execute this in this code, if any exceptions or errors are there, then automatically except block will handle that exception. Clearly it is saying that no such file or directory mohan.txt except file not found error as message. So if file name is already there, then it will store the data here. It will read the data. Now you can see file name I am taking, for example, which file do you want to take? Okay. So for example, abc.txt or abc.txt, anything you can take, no problem. So abc.txt I'm taking. My file name is abc.txt, which is available. But you can see you are using what method here? Read method. Read method means to read complete data or not? Yes. To read complete data from a file. To read complete data from a file, we use read method. All complete data we have read. Read of n in the sense. Read of n in the sense what? So only I want to read 3 characters from the file. N number of characters. 3 number of characters means only 3 number of characters are reading. HEL. Suppose here 6 number of characters I want to take, or 7 number of characters. 7 number of character means what here? HELLO. This is 5 characters. There is a space after that hello, 6 character. H also said 7 characters like this. To read entire the file, then we use like this. To read number of characters, we can use n number of characters. And now read line is there. Read line means to read first line of the file only first line. So let's go for read line method. Read line, read line. Read line method is used to read only first line of the file. Okay, here first line, hello. And read lines into means read lines. To read all lines from the file, and all the lines are making them into what available? List format available, list format. So read lines, I'm taking all lines are storing the file, and list lines, whatever the abc.txt is their file name, that is coming one by one line, and it is stored into which format? List format. Hello slash n, hi slash n, by bit. Why slash n is appear? Because in my file abc.txt, each and every word is present in new line, so automatically the space will occupy the slash n only. Okay, so this is what simple way to handle with the text files. Only basics we discussed today. In tomorrow session we'll continue. So more operations, file modification, how to move to the cursor location into separate index. Okay, if you want to modify the file, first of all you have to go to that location. How we can go to that location? By using seek method, tell method. So many methods implementation are there. Okay, we'll complete file handling in tomorrow session. And even binary files you have to discuss, and text files you have to text files modification you have to discuss, and CSV files are there mainly. Comma separated values, that CSV data related work also we have to do this. So this is complete basic uh, things about file handling. So what is storage area? How many types of storage areas are there? What type of files are there? How to work with text files? What are the modes are available? And how to get the properties and methods of the file? And how to write the data using write lines? How to read the data using read and read lines only. So in tomorrow we'll continue from here onwards where we stop.